Did you know that throughout the world there are over 20, actually 250, yeah, 250 different ways that people wash dishes? Well, I only know about 4 of them. Uh, hello, ahoy. I'm gonna start this talk. You may wonder who I am. That I do as well. But instead of who, I don't know. I mean, like, what would you answer when you'd be asked who you are? Would it be your name or your age, job? I don't know, nationality. What else? Money? House? Sex? Or, for that reason, sexual orientation. Now I'm going to take just one of that because I really don't honestly believe any of that define a human being. You are not your name, age, job, whatever. And I'm going to talk about just the nationality aspect of it. Sorry. All right. The reason why I believe that a lot of these don't define a human being, for instance, nationality, is like, what is one's contribution to taking pride in being called, I don't know, Romanian or Czech or Indian, Chinese or whatever? I think that none of us did any effort into taking pride into such a thing. I, for instance, cannot take pride in something which was beyond my power. And for that reason, I cannot honestly reply to something like that. Who are you? Hello, I'm Mihai and I'm from Romania. It doesn't work for me. And it was at a point in my life when I started asking a lot of these questions that brought me to changing the who into what I am. And seeking into that brought me into realizing that, okay, let's look back at throughout my life. I am all my experiences so far. But there was a time in which all my experiences and everything that I lived, everything that I saw, everyone I met, every movies I saw, and all the music I listened to so far until that point, kind of brought me to a point where I thought of suicide. As dreadful as that thought may be, I thought about it a lot. But in the end, I actually realized that we are our own thoughts. And given that, I then started to think, what would I like to do before I die? And the answer was quite out there. Given that I felt stuck and I felt like going nowhere, and I had no place to go actually, I decided to go everywhere, and I decided to do that by walking. It was back in England where I was living back then, a year ago, actually exactly a year ago. On the 6th of January, I decided I want to start walking. On the 16th of February last year, I was doing my first 36 kilometers. Oh, and by the way, last time I was in Znojmo, because I was here before, on this very walk from England towards Romania. It was at the end of kind of a marathon walk from Pelhřimov to Znojmo, which is about 101 kilometers. And that I did in 24 hours. Just because I thought of how it would be to do that kind of thing. I was really curious to whatever degree I could push myself. And that was one aspect of it. On this walk, I started to realize that somehow we are our own mirrors. We are everywhere around us. thinking about that, I started packing, and I don't know, many asked me if I was prepared for that. Probably I wasn't, but there was never a point in time where however long I would have prepared, even if I would have prepared for this walk 1 year or even more, I don't know if I could have said at one point that, okay, I'm ready to go. So I put in a backpack everything I could think of that I might need on this walk. Yeah, about 24 kilos. And then I started walking. But one thing I put into this backpack was trying to change this backpack to a door. And that door trying to be that anything is possible. And I tried to think only about that on this walk, that anything is possible. Of course, not necessarily fantasizing, but we get there as well. This was actually taken on the first day of walking, back in Harrogate, England, with some friends who were supporting me. And they did support me throughout my walk. Very nice of them. 3 words to describe my walk so far are these. Fascination for possibility. Because if we are actually our own thoughts, there is little that you could think of then without realizing that you can actually do whatever you want. And it's this fascination for possibility that actually brought me here today as well. When I was in Znojmo on, I don't know, August last year, I actually never thought that I would be here again. But it just so very happened that I met Pavel in Bratislava about 2 weeks later, just by chance. That was nice. This was how I lived at points. Of course, I couch surfed, I used my tent and everything else. A lot of this walk had to do with a growing from what I used to be to, I don't know, whatever else I could take out of it. And I really thought about hurrying up and how this society tends to hurry things up and tends to put pressure on people into hurrying themselves into reaching some goals, into a race. But for me, somehow being patient means not waiting, however paradoxical that may sound. And that for one reason. If you're constantly waiting for something to happen in your future, and you're constantly waiting for, I don't know, the next movie, the next Galaxy phone or Apple phone to launch, 1 million likes on Facebook, whatever your weight might be, the next girl. You're constantly waiting, you're constantly living your life for a certain future, which is kind of highly variable. Whereas while waiting, you create to whatever degree expectancies about how you want that thing to be for you. And some of the times it just turns out that it's not, when you actually get the thing, the amount of feeling, the amount of excitement, it's kind of none. So instead of waiting for something as being patient, you could actually be patient and not waiting for anything. If it's something to happen, it will happen anyway. Amsterdam. Yeah, funny place. As I was thinking more and more about us being our own thoughts, I became highly curious of how it would be that what exactly is in our minds, and how it would be that someone else would know actually what's in our minds, and who are we, and what are we, and so on. And that is really important because of course, a lot of people tried to define this. A lot of people think they reached an answer. Right there. To some, it comes in the form of religion, and that is a bit dangerous. I think that, of course, we may wonder about what life is, and we may wonder about, well, where all of this life takes us. But it's highly dangerous when some people, having reached an answer on that, take that belief and, as beholders, as holders of truth in their opinion, engage in wars just because they think that their imaginary friend is better than mine. With this kind of thinking, I kept on going. Oh, I ended this. Press the wrong button here. I soon reached a point where everything that I accumulated on this road started to shape out, started to crystallize, started to feel like, I don't know, we're kind of all the worlds dancing and colliding with each other. We are all our possible futures. We are all our possible universes. That has a lot of importance. As I kept walking, though, almost reaching Romania, I thought about all this world, and that, okay, I'm now walking, playing Bear Grylls or whatever, some hiss and overdrive of me, just to push my limits, to see where I can go and what I can get, and so on. But in the meantime, there was I came to realize that there was something, and more important, someone I came to miss, and in the meantime, love. It was back in Hamburg that I met her, and she visited me on my walk after that. Once I reached Aalborg in Denmark, and then back in Rostock and Berlin and Romania. And once I reached Romania, I then decided to put a stop to the walk and settle for Hamburg, which is now my home, to say. And about that, it's funny, a lot of people were asking me on the road, like, okay, so what are you doing now? Well, I'm walking around the world. Yeah, but where do you live? I don't live anywhere, I don't know, I'm walking around the world. No, but yeah, but where's your house? No, I don't have any. And they it was funny to see, I don't know, not necessarily frustration, but they just couldn't get this, that I was just trying to live in the now. And that's a way of putting it, actually. That it's nice to live in the now without necessarily thinking that you live in a place, but in a feeling. To live in a, I don't know, constant harmony with everything that's around you, and that's really more valuable for me than having the safety of a place. So it is Hamburg where it is not a place for me now. Now. A friend of mine a while ago told me something like, "Man, you should keep inspiring." I really don't know what's the meaning of that, and if that is the ongoing quest of searching deep inside you and taking bits from the world and giving back to the world with however good you can, however good you could put back. Well, that's hooray! I really know that on this walk that fulfilled me. But I somehow know that it wasn't necessarily the end. I'm quite looking forward for new adventures. If you want to see more about what happened, there's the website, theworldphototour.com. It's there where, while walking, I put all the photos, all the stories from the road, and it's there where you can read more about everything that happened in the last year with the walk. So that's about it. Thank you.